Dooby dooby doo.
Hi, 20.
Hey, how do I sound?
Perfect.
So do you.
Oh, good.
Wow. I want to thank you for taking the time today.
Oh, pleasure is all mine. This, as you know, this was one of my Feel It Real, so this is really feeling it real.
I've heard that before. I find it funny because it's like I've done the same thing, and I've managed to meet and work with some of the most remarkable people in the world in my chosen nut crazy passions. And fuck, man, you know.
Yeah, I hear you. It was like even when I don't know if you read my book, but in my book I talk about how I met my husband, and I was always this big Beatle fan, and then it's
Yes.
like, yeah,
Yep.
and then it
Yep.
was
Yep.
like,
Yep. Yep.
yeah, so it was like, to me that was like, oh my gosh, really?
Which
So
which one did you marry? Was it George or Ringo? I
no, it
can't.
was Ringo.
Ringo. Okay, I know it
Yeah,
wasn't John or Paul. I couldn't remember if it was George or Ringo.
yeah. So and he
Wow.
definitely keeps me laughing every day, so that's a good thing.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah. So just the last couple of days, I've been listening to your healing, uh, package that you have,
Yep.
and it's like now I'm going to go on to my third listen, because now I want to take notes, because there was so much information there that I think it just didn't pertain to me, to my family, but I think really valuable for so many out there, because of the way we look at health, the way we look at our bodies, and the way that, we should, not should, but the way that we've got to learn that we're consciousness and not our body. That was a huge reminder for me.
I keep exploring in so many ways. Like this past dream driven day for me was about richness of experience. And, I get you can manifest money and be bored and end up taking drugs and all that shit. Uh, but I really get if you're going to manifest wealth, richness has to be a component of it. And it's the same with health. I mean, my God, health is not an absence of disease. It's not all these. If we don't chase it, uh, you've got to come from a state that really, really is. I don't like the word because it goes almost with vibration, but you have to you have to discover a vibrant you. Like, God, I love your voice, by the way. I mean,
Oh,
you're just vibrant,
oh,
and
thank you.
oh, you'll hear it in the recording. It's just, let me make sure it's recording now that I said that. Yeah, cool. Uh, but it's true. I mean, it's like, man, when I say people live a flatline life and they need to make waves, it's true. It's like, you can hear that they're flat. It's like, fuck, man. Like,
Mm-hmm.
good Lord. And I can't believe how many times I've said the F word, and it's not even 6 o'clock yet.
I love it. Well, I've definitely found through Dream Driven Day, I have definitely made a lot of waves in my life. It has to be the most valuable program I've ever experienced. And it's not just about meeting everyone and having that connection and knowing, oh, there's other people out there who think along the same lines and studies the same stuff. And it was just me knowing, oh my gosh, I'm doing things that I just kept putting off or just didn't give a thought to. And so I think I've definitely stretched. And even being on this call, I think I'm stretching.
If we weren't both stretching on the call, we could just let it be a recording. We could let it be a recording that listens to a recording, which is what most conversations are like that I eavesdrop on. It's like, dudes, God, stretch toward each other a little bit. You stretch beyond who you've been in this, yeah, in the next moment. It's an insect. Ah, it
Yeah.
creates endless babies, like, all day long. We should be making babies all day long.
For sure. Yeah.
Wow.
Oh. It was like I found, like we were just talking about, touching on before, I found that the richness of life, I've discovered that, and it hasn't been about money. It's about, I'm finding I'm enjoying doing those things that were so mundane. And, there's so much pleasure in it. Even like just taking the dogs on a walk is just so much more fun than it used to be. It's like I really start to notice and pick up on the attitudes of my dogs, because like this morning when I took him on a walk, one was so busy doing his sniffari in the yard and and sniffing everything, and the other one was kind of like just noticing everything around. And the minute he heard a crow call, he just looked up and started looking everywhere and was really aware of everything around him. So it was like, I mean, they're totally two different dogs because of age and so forth. But it was like, I just started thinking to myself, okay, it's a good reminder for me, because there are sometimes I do get wrapped up in what's going on. And I found that my dogs, like you always talk about with Bruce and Emmett, they give me good reminders.
God, don't they? They're family.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know?
Very much so.
Do you know about the crow in Native American cosmology?
No.
The crow. So normally, so you'll hear the Aussie songbirds as we talk, right? You can hear a little bit of them now,
Yeah, I love them.
and oh my God, me too. And the songbirds sing their song when they're at baseline. In other words, we're happy, right, or whatever it is, right? Crows, on the other hand, are quiet at baseline. They make noise when they're out of baseline. So, and they do a lot of things backwards. So they're considered a representation of the contraries in Native American cosmology. So I got a cough. I'll be right back. All right, that's better. So there goes Emmett. So crows have to do with being contrary. Now, what's really cool is contrary energy can be expressed two ways. One, I am anti-gluten, or two, I'm pro what works. So I'm not anti-gluten, by the way, but I noticed that wheat just turns me into a moron. So I try not to eat a lot of it. It just doesn't work for me. And I know someone else there in the world, whenever I say this on a video or whatever, they say, well, you could imagine differently. It's like, I really don't care. I've got so many other things that I'm giving life to that if I just eat yummy sourdough bread, which works for me, I'm happy. Cheap white bread doesn't. So it's
Right.
a fascinating thing, because we can be contrary in a way that keeps us at war. I used to be a vegetarian for 2 years, but I noticed a lot of vegetarians and vegans are actually at war with eating meat. And it's like, man, what a shame, guys, because you could enjoy your food without picking on mine. And here's the twist: when you find your useful contrariness, then your impact, quote unquote, in the world just goes through the roof. I'm the spiritual teacher that I casually mention. I love having sex with my wife, drinking whiskey, eating meat, chasing my puppies. I use the F word in every show, and it's like, and people go, they either hate me because I'm not stereotypical, or they love me because I let my uniqueness, my contrariness, actually show up. And they go, my God, I can be real too. So
Yeah.
with all you do, and with this yumminess that you sent us with your book and the do we call it a spice? It's not a spice. Seasoning.
Seasoning. Yeah.
Yes, but it's like, as you explore your contrariness, how's your whatever your next project is, or the next refinement of your life or projects are, as you find, oh, this is how I'm contrary. right? Uh, yeah, it just gives to everyone. So since you mentioned crows and dogs and all that stuff, dogs in Native American cosmology have to do with your way of thinking. You've got dogs, wolves, foxes, coyotes. They all have different styles of thinking, quote unquote. So in my life, when Sven mentions dogs and crows, and that we're having a conversation like this, I go, you know what? She sort of looks like a magpie. She's got this uniqueness about her. You've got this voice as well that has those harmonics. And I go, because a magpie's a contrarian too. So it's like, right, you've got some contrary in there, as do I, that really, the more it gets honored, the more it's going to give to everyone. So enjoy exploring contrary without going to war, which is really, in a way, what it's a great way to explore imagination.
Yeah, I definitely have found, with the food allergies that we have in the home and so forth, it's like there's definitely been a war when they were younger, trying to figure it all out. And now, as my kids are older and managing it, um, there's always a dance because
Totally.
everyone knows what they can have and what they can't have, and everyone's happy with what they can have. And they still go out and do the things they want to do in their life and enjoy themselves. And there's no, I don't like the word negativity, but there's no negative thoughts about it. They're like, oh, well, if I can't have that, that's okay. I can have something else. And they enjoy what they have, and the same with us too. It was like, the other day I was making some things for the kids, and normally I wouldn't eat it just because of my preference. But it was like I ended up having some with them, and before I knew it, I was eating a bowl of it. So it was
Nice.
like, yeah, it was kind of fun because normally it's actually Australian custard. I'll make them, and I'll make them an entire bowl for themselves. But I was like, oh my gosh, as a cook, you got to try it along the way anyway. Before I
Absolutely.
knew it, I had a bowl of it. So it was it felt good. I was like, man, that was delicious.
I think there's the big thing. I love marketing. It feels good for me to send out any we can offer. I love bacon. I like the way it crunches in my mouth. I love the fact that it doesn't stick to my teeth. Uh, Bacon flavored crackers when you were here. What shapes? Uh,
Uh-huh.
I've eaten shapes. I enjoyed them, but I felt like they just weren't as fun as bacon. And it's like, surprise, surprise, bacon is the new health food. It's like, all right. And I found this lovely guy that sells me ugly bacon for less than what I can get cheap bacon for at Kohl's. So it's like, all right, it's my world. And it's like when your kids aren't at war and you're not at war with what you get to like I discovered, like, I mean, for years I thought coffee was a neurotoxin. And it's like, I'm sitting here right now. I love my bulletproof coffee. I've got my grass-fed butter. Apparently, I have a butter sensitivity, right? We
Uh-huh.
just got these hair tests done, and I have no idea how accurate or useful they are. We just thought that'd be fun. They're like $20 on Groupon. And it comes back and it says things that I should avoid include almonds and butter. And it's like, wow, I eat a lot of almonds, and it's like, I wonder if they've managed to factor in uh, the quality of the butter, because grass-fed butter is a completely different thing than normal butter. And even before I knew that, I noticed that I like this high-quality butter better. It just tastes better. It's funner to me. So it's a wild ride, this adventure and richness, and not being at war with butter. I mean, like, I could go to war on butter now, but why? I'll just enjoy good butter because that's what I want.
Yeah, I hear you. We went down that road as well when the kids were little. They couldn't do wheat, and so my mum, when we were in Australia, when my first was born, I brought some flour over from Australia thinking it might help. And then after that, my mum was sending it to me because the flour processed differently. So my kids were okay with it. And whether it built up their immune system to it or not, I don't
Oh,
know.
well,
But I think at the same time, I think it was the same thing. We weren't having a war with it. It was like, okay, this is working. It feels different. It tastes different. And we were enjoying it. So we no longer gave thought to what did work, if that makes any sense.
Oh my God, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm psychologically unemployable. 30 years ago this week, I got beat to death in those riots. And it's like,
Yeah.
right, I am not psychologically employable. I've never had a long-term job since. I've worked as long as a year in one place, and it's like, I can't do this anymore. But fudge, I could be at war with PTSD and being psychologically unemployable, but instead I decided I'm going to create a life where I don't trade time for dollars. And if I don't want to go out, I don't. And if I do want to go out, I go out for as long as I want. And fudge, man, talk about cool. Like,
Yeah.
it's so much more fun than
It is.
ah.
It is. It's like I'm being a stay-at-home mum. There was a point when I finished homeschooling my kids, and my youngest had graduated, and I was like, "What am I going to do with my life? Am I going to stay at home and continue to be a mum, a housewife, and so forth?" And I, started venturing out to getting part-time work and so forth. And it wasn't until I did that I realized how much I missed what I was doing at home. And then when I got back to doing it at home and just staying home again, I started thinking, oh my gosh, I'm missing being out the workforce, to generate some funds and so forth. And it wasn't until, I started finding Neville and you and then Dream Driven Day, I realized, oh my gosh, this is my perfect life. I'm able to be a stay-at-home mom. I'm, like I said earlier on, finding joy in the things that, just seemed so repetitive. And it's like I find myself doing a dance with it every day, So it's really, to me, it's just, it's comforting. It feels relaxing, and I feel like I'm floating. Some days I think I'm floating more than others, but it's definitely an incredible experience.
That's two questions. One, do you want to keep this private or public? And if public, do you want to talk about what you offer? Because I'd like to expose you if like I said, no matter what, I don't care. Yeah, public, private. But if you want to go public, I'd love to expose you more to the world with this.
Um, I never gave it much thought. I listened to Jesse's call the other day, and I thought, well, yeah, I guess so, because my book's out there. So anyone, can discover my family and, what we're about. So I suppose so, yeah.
Cool. You mean public?
Sure.
All right. Cool. So you sent us your book. You sent us your seasoning. You share your story. You share what. So can I grill you a little bit as a marketer, just for fun?
Sure. Okay.
What makes what you're offering different?
Well, I think what we're offering, or what I'm offering, is simply that my family, we've dealt with food allergies for 2 decades, and what is different is the fact that we've managed it. My kids are living proof that no matter what, you can still enjoy your life. You can still fulfill your passions. You can still eat out and do some traveling and so forth. And I found things that work for us. It may not work for everyone else, but there were different tips and ideas that I came across along the way, because food allergies, back when my kids were little, was so uncommon. It was a health issue that wasn't even, really heard of. So, I guess in a sense, I also became like a hermit, because I devoted all my time and energy into finding ways to help my kids. And so in my book, that's pretty much what I share, is what we did and how my kids today are thriving, happy, and successful. So, and I think anyone else can be too.
Cool. So what's the name of your book and how do people find it?
Well, it's available on Amazon, both in ebook and paperback, and it's called The Kitchen Alchemist: How I Became My Own Food Scientist So My Kids Could Thrive with Anaphylactic Food Allergies.
Wow, that's a big word. I've got a friend who is allergic to peanuts, and when we talk anaphylactic shock, it just scares the shit out of me because like she can't even have peanut oil on her skin without a problem potential. And it's like, all right, let's talk about this. So you've got 2 decades of personal experience, and when I talk to you, so as a marketer, when I talk to you, I don't hear this is Francis's survival guide: how to keep your kids alive and not dead uh, with anaphylactic food allergies. Which that may be a market for somebody. What I hear is uh, you've given your kids and your family and other people freedom, yeah, a
Yeah.
new lease on life, a way to experience richness without going, oh yeah, everyone else can eat good food. I'll eat this shit healthy stuff because I'll die if I don't.
Yeah.
Really sharing that. Are you going to expand on this? What do you think about doing with it all?
Um, well, right now I'm just working on building up more of my Facebook, social media,
Yep.
and just going that way, and just seeing what happens, seeing what's going to evolve, because it's one step at a time. It's like I've just signed up and doing some culinary online classes because I now want to put out that what I'm creating as far as food wise goes,
Yep.
looks better, appears better, and just learned how to cook it properly. I've learned how to cook, a certain way growing up. With the way my mum taught me that when my kids had the allergies, I had to learn how to cook all over again. So now
Yes.
that we're in another, I guess you could say, era, as far as my kids have grown up now and so forth, I want to learn how to cook in another way that it's more presentable and not just taste delicious. I want more
Nice.
to it.
So are you on Insta?
Yes, I am.
Cool. What's your Insta?
It's the Kitchen Alchemist book.
Cool. I knew that. But so I'm asking for everyone else. But here's the cool thing. Ready? There's a guy on Insta, the sexy vegan. You got to look this guy up. He is not sexy. He is a vegan, and he's got 3 ways of making money. Uh, so he puts out really cool content all the time. So he's built a following of like probably 50,000 people by now, and he sells 99-cent recipes. He's got books, and he has a what do we call it? Uh, YouTube channel that he sets up with Patreon. So if you want to support his videos, you can pledge $1 a video or $10 a month or something. I forget how his is set up, but it's really freaking cool. And when I look at this guy again, I think I actually am sexy, and I'm not a vegan. So like we like me and the sexy vegan are on opposite polarities in a way. But the guy is a brilliant marketer, and he really puts out good stuff. He's funny. I mean, the food looks delicious, and so I'll point you toward him because if you can, steal his systems, model what he does, I bet you it would just really take your impact up into some really cool directions. And I'd love to watch that, from afar. And here, come on
Thank
down,
you.
Oh my God, I
Thank
love
you.
when I love when the good guys actually imagine themselves, and when they do. Because it's like, my God, we need more people not trading time for dollars, having more fun in the world, getting their good shit out. Because, like, I managed to imagine up a life where I got PTSD. I mean, I was a positive thinking guy as a teenager, but it wasn't until after PTSD that I went deep. It's like, well, man, like if I not blow my head off or blow someone else's head off, there goes the little warrior there. Yeah. Yeah, I've got to do something because where I was living was not good. And it's like, and that got me here. It's like, man, I'm incredibly thankful. I mean, I ticked a box that gave me this life, and it's like, all right, yes. And I just want more people to win, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. And it was like I just got a message this morning from a friend who said, you need to contact this person. They're having a very hard time um, finding someone who will go on TV and talk about food allergies in the family. And I was
Yeah,
like,
wow.
I haven't checked them out yet, but it's on my list. And And I can understand why people don't want to get out there and speak about it, because it's frightening. They don't want to get their family visually out there, as far as letting people know what happens. And talking about it, it's a very personal thing. But at the same time, it's a great way to make people more aware. It's like, we're very glad that we have a lot of restaurants in town who really accommodate my children, so at least they can go out and eat and have no worries. And and it's not, they don't have to always just eat at home or cook at home. They can have a life. So I think it just helps to make people aware. Any kind of social media with that.
There you go.
Yeah.
God, you could pay someone to make an app. Yeah, that restaurants could list their stuff in. So it's like, oh yeah, so if you have this kind of sensitivity, this is a great place to eat in Eltham and Victoria. Again, this is way beyond my stuff. I have no interest in this today. But it's like, I look at the world, and it's like, it's the people who aggregate information and get it out there, and and the people who actually share their experience and their passions, that just they get to have this richness. They get to have a life. They get to know. I got a letter from a fellow the other day. He served 20 years in the military, and well, no, he didn't serve 20. What did he serve? Anyway, there was him and another guy, and they both had PTSD, and one of them just blew it, or one of them just overdosed, and the other one's been working with our programs for a while now. And it's like, this is why we do what we do, because it's just, when you get that letter from someone, and again, so as we talk, I imagine things for you. And it's like, all right, you want to get out there? I'm imagining you getting the letters or the photographs like we get that say something like, Francis, your book changed my son's life. He's no longer a prisoner. He's able to enjoy. It's the most rewarding thing in the world when you go, yep, yeah, that kid is my kid. That kid is, or that person is just like how I was, and they found freedom. They can go out, they can enjoy food again and life. And fudge, man, there's nothing better. It's If you find a better game, let me know. I have yet to find one.
Yeah, I know. I as a mom, I'm sure a lot of parents out there can relate to it. It's like when you do see your kids thriving, and it doesn't even have to be with food allergies, whatever illness they may have, whatever's going on in their life, whether it's about a relationship or whatever, whenever you see that they're thriving and they're doing well, it's like it brings joy into your own life. So I just think that's wonderful, and I've definitely grown a lot through your program. And it's like, I know that word "grown," I mean stretch.
Yeah. Well, the average person is going to use the word "grow," so like manifest. I'm not a fan of either word, but it's like, all right, my preferred thing. What are you giving life to? Right? You're not attracting anything. What are you giving life to? Grow, people, personal growth. Yep, that's a big market. That's the words people use. Cool. But it is all about stretching, isn't it?
Oh my gosh, absolutely. Without a doubt. Yeah. I mean, just to know when you wake up in the morning and you have that opportunity to just quiet yourself, get in the stillness, because the whole house is quiet, and I can really then feel my day, how it's going to, propel itself into so many wonderful things. And then all the fill reels that I can do, and all the, imaginings I have for my family and for my friends and loved ones. And it's like, to me, that's a great way to start the day. And then everything seems to roll smoothly. So I just love those techniques.
Little tiny investments.
Yeah.
Did you see the car wash episode I did the other day?
Yes, I did.
Talk about a hoot. So this is how fast this stuff works, right? So Victoria says, "Hey, Yasmin's going with us to the hot springs," and I'm thinking, "Oh fuck, man, it's a tight fit in my car. I gotta clean it." I mean, I do all my grumpy routine. It's like, fuck. I mean, look at me go. I'm being grumpy, right? And I enjoy my grumpy routine. It's like, all right, 20, time to kick yourself in the shins and grow up. All right, cool. This will be fun. We'll take Yasmin to the woohoo. It gives me an excuse to clean the car. I clean the car every 6 months, whether it needs it or not. So I go and I clean the car. Oh my God, this is nice. It looks good. I put the new car smell in it because Victoria likes that for some reason. We all got our thing. But here's the thing. Victoria mentioned we can take my car. And just for a moment before I washed my car, I imagined us all going down in Victoria's car. It's like, oh, that might be nice. A lot more room in the back, but yeah. But I experienced going to the springs in her car, right?
Uh-huh.
And so yesterday mornings when we go to the springs, I've got my car all clean. I'm happy as a clam. I get in to take the puppies to the dog park, and guess what? I've got no turn signals. It's like, oh. We're not driving an hour and a half in a car in Australia with roundabouts because, roundabouts are crazy. You will
Yeah.
get killed here if you don't have turn signals. We call them indicators. So if you don't have indicators in Australia, you're screwed, man. So you got to avoid roundabouts. And there's no way to get there but avoiding roundabouts. So it's like, right. So it's like, what am I going to imagine now? Because I planted the seed to take her car, right? And now I'm set
Mm-hmm.
up to take her car after I've cleaned my car. It's like, no, we're taking my car. So I get to the dog park, and it's like, right. I'm imagining taking my car, and my first thought is disconnect the battery. So I open up my boot. In every BMW, there's a built-in toolkit. I get out the 10 millimeter spanner, otherwise known as a wrench for those in America, and I disconnect the battery. We take the puppies for a walk, get back 45 minutes to an hour later, reconnect the battery. Now I've got turn signals, right? Cool. It's a dimmer. I mean, they're finicky, but it's like, all right. And the moral of the story is always be investing. When you're always investing, when I invested the time in the car wash to do a show about going to the hot springs, now I get to share the B side. The B side being, yep, I imagined taking Victoria's car. And it's like, all right, here's my excuse too. Am I an excuse-driven guy? Not really. So, like, right, I'm imagining taking my car again. So, bang, here we go. And God, it's fun. Just, all right, how fast can I imagine what's next,
Yeah.
Always be investing.
Yes. Yeah, and that's what I find fun when I wake up in the morning because I think to myself, "Wow, this is another adventure today." What
Mm,
am I going to, as you said, invest in, and what am I going to imagine up? It's
that's
like
it.
when I find that things do materialize or things occur, it's like I bounce around like a child, and it's like I'm running into every room going, oh my gosh, I got this happened, oh my gosh. And it's like my kids are all going, oh my gosh, just they're so excited. It's like they're telling me they got to practice doing more feel it reels, and it's like, you know to hear
Nice.
them say that, I'm just excited because they're seeing me get things that I've been working on for weeks or months or whatever, and then it's materialized. And so they're seeing the rewards from it all just by using Neville's tools.
This is
So,
how you. This is how you teach kids. So many people. How do I teach my kids? First, live it.
yeah.
Right? Yeah, invest in it. Do it right. Give up the sticky tape and the candles and the chanting and all that crap. Uh, Live it so that you can honestly help them live it. Because if your kids have to get sticky tape, scissors, I mean, I want to date that girl. Well, let me get a picture of her and put it on some paper. That's called stalking. That's weird. Yeah, versus like, right, like my buddy Sean, I talked about it in the course. Sean just imagined girls dig me, girls have fun around me. And I swear to God, Sean always had at least two girls, one under each arm. And
Uh-huh.
I've looked him up on Facebook, and it's like, yep, he's still rocking and rolling. Looks like he's happily married, and he's always got, yeah, a couple women around him because they just dig him, and he's a good
Yeah.
guy. So it's like,
Yeah.
all right, yeah, I know Sean didn't make any vision boards with girls' photos in the middle. She's mine. Like, oh,
Uh-huh.
dude, just God, just make it about you. Yeah, let it. Yeah, God.
It's like when my daughter and I are in the kitchen cooking together. I'll just start talking to her about, Neville and things that you say,
No.
and sometimes I'll think to myself, maybe she wasn't listening, and I'll stop. She goes, no, no, don't stop. I want to hear more. I'm really listening to what you're saying. And that is another thing where I think, oh,
Well,
okay. So it's
nice.
like I think to myself, I've got to get, down to studying more about this because my family is becoming more and more interested. And I like to present them with more things that can help them in their life. So, like you say, you got to invest in yourself and be the example. And by living
That's
the
it.
example, I think it's really making a difference in my kids' life.
Hmm.
And I've only been doing Neville such a short time, and I've just seen amazing things happening. I just feel freedom within myself, and that to me is huge. Before, I used to feel like I was trapped into having to do something or to think away or to believe something, and it's like the more I'm studying, the more I listen to you and what you share and read your books, the more I'm just going. I'm just amazed. I just can't believe what I'm discovering and feeling such freedom within. That is huge for me.
It's cool you mention it this way because so the last call I did was with Jesse,
Uh-huh.
and I don't have the data for Rob in my head right now, but Jesse just like Jesse was a recent guy, uh, yeah, and obviously in Dream Driven Day with you, and it's interesting to me because it's like I years ago I picked up from that old IBM fella the whole thing about speed of implementation. And it's like, how
Mm-hmm.
fast, how deep? Because the space shuttle doesn't take off slow. If it took off slow, it would never get off the ground. And it's like just
Right.
really going right, man. You're like, and I can't tell you how many emails a day that I send out. And it's like, look, this can solve your problems, yes, but let it become your way of life. Because if you let this become your way of life, and you invest in the experiences, it's like, my God, I mean, it really does become your way of life. And suddenly your kids are interested, and suddenly it's like, all right, I mean, this old project that I had's taken on a new twist, and and boom, there we go. Versus, all right, I want to pay the bills again. I'm going to manifest money to pay the bills. How do I attract money? Well, I chant, I say 888 a bunch, or sticky tape, and it's like, and we've all done silly shit, if not in this
Yeah,
lifetime, another one. But it's like
for
fudge, man.
sure.
It's like, all right. I mean, uh, life is good.
It really is. It really is.
So where else do we explore? What else? What?
I just feel so relaxed right now, and
Hmm.
just having this conversation with you, just feel at peace. Just feels, yeah, definitely floating.
I used to be a socially awkward guy. And and it's no bullshit when I write about on my way back from the Catholic school. I started walking to school in fourth grade because I got tired of being picked on. So I figured I'd walk to school both ways, uphill, mile and a half, whatever it was. And it's uh, and I was reading How to Make Friends and Influence People and Think and Grow Rich and so on as a little boy. And it's like, right, I need to get over shyness. And so I had my little notebook that I've talked about where I'd make sure I had to talk to 3 people a day on the way home. And they always were shopkeepers because they couldn't get away from me. And sooner or later they'd approach, right? So I'd
Uh-huh.
stand next to the Snickers bar, and the lady would come over, can I help? And I'd say, where's the Snickers bar? And she'd say, it's right in front of you. And I'd whip out the notebook and check and walk out, right? Yeah, I won, right? And it's funny because when I look back at that little boy, he wasn't shy. He just he was, but more importantly, he just wanted to have conversations that mattered, conversations about real things.
Yeah.
And I'm the same guy today. I mean, like, I can't just talk football stats or Brexit or whatever the hell the new thing is. It's like, guys, man, like, what are your dreams? What are your passions? How are you giving life to them? What are you hungry for today? I mean, I go to the pool and now they're asking me what's for lunch, like the lifeguards and the administration. And I tell them, oh my God, so we've got pork belly. And right now it's sitting in whey from yogurt. We make this amazing yogurt cheese where we drain the whey out. And so we put the pork in the whey and it softens the pork belly, and I just go on and I talk about the Victoria veg, and by the time I leave it's only 45 seconds of rambling about food. They're salivating. And it's like, oh my God, I wish I had the time to do that. Well, you do. It only takes 10 minutes worth of prep, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I put it on, I go to the pool, I go home, it's done, right? Not hard. But
Yeah.
it's that thing where we can like have honest conversations about, yeah, I went to McDonald's. Like, no, damn it. You know, I want you to have I want you to have a happy life, not a happy meal. You know, just, yeah,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
don't need a toy to distract you. You need something, yeah, God, mud. Instead of rubber toys, let's toss kids in real mud. Yeah, yeah,
You
yeah. How
know,
much fun can we have?
um, when I was growing up in Australia, I was also a very shy, quiet person, and I'm not sure if I put it in the group at all, but um, I, basically wouldn't say boo to a ghost. So it was, I think, surprised everyone when I moved away from Australia. Quit my job, left my family, and moved across and moved to Canada and became a nanny. And it was when I moved there, I thought to myself, you know what? I'm going to be this totally different person. I'm going to be
Yes,
adventurous. And I actually did transform and become that person. And then it was like, when I had my kids and with the food allergies and so forth, it's like I felt like I retreated and became that quiet person again. And then I
yep,
found I released that and was more outspoken and so forth. And then, being a stay at home mom again, it was like these waves going back and forth, coming in and
yes,
out, ebb and, tide. And, and just kind of trudging along here, I help a neighbor out every once in a while, and he has difficulty speaking. And what I have found and it's not that he can't converse, it's just he cannot speak because of a health issue. And the more he has conversed with me, the clearer I've been able to understand him and the clearer he
yes,
speaks. So it was actually, to me, reminded me of myself because I've spent more of my time home and I don't get to go out because I'm not in the workforce, I'm not out there. I started thinking about you and
yes,
something you had said about when you're out and about, just have a conversation with anyone at the grocery store, wherever. And so the more I did that, because I find it funny. There are some people who you can have that conversation with and they'll talk to you and answer you. And there are a lot of people who will just stop right in their tracks and not say anything, give you a 1 word or 2 word answer. And,
yeah,
it just kind of like was another way for me to break free and say, this is great. You can do this. You can have a meaningful conversation, and it doesn't have to be about, I got a cup of coffee, or, it can be about life itself. And that's what I find even with my neighbor, even though he can't converse, I will
yes.
talk to him about more meaningful things. And
Oh, what a
it's
gift.
just a difference. It really is, but it's quite fun to be able to go out there and just have that conversation, because I never used to do that, not at all. And now it's like I just talk to anyone, and it's fun.
We were at the grocery store one day. So on the weekends, Victoria does not go to the dog park. She stays home and does
Okay.
Victoria things, right? And so on the weekend, it's primarily me and my guys, and sometimes one or two of the other people show up. And so we cross the bridge. And then we cross the bridge that's over the Yarra River, and then we make a right and we walk along this bicycle jogging path. And since it's the weekend, there's millions of people, it seems like, on bicycles and jogging. And nobody gets within vocal range without being, good morning, right?
Mm-hmm.
I say hello to them all. I ask them how far they're running, right? And some of them just trudge past, and some will holler something, some will just wave at us, and it's all cool. But one day, Victoria and I are in Woolies in the market, And one of the vendor ladies there, she's stocking the shelves with some product. And she comes over and says, hi, right? And she goes, when I heard you, I knew your voice. And I'm like, oh my God, you're a jogger, right? And so she's become a friend. We know her by name. I still see her on the trail. Victoria and I see her in the stores. And it's the coolest thing because here's a total stranger that we know, like, when she's going to New York for a marathon and all this other stuff and just little tiny chats. But it's like the world is richer because of just that little act of reaching out, that little stretch. And it's like, all right, just, I stretched to her. She stretched back. It's the whole, like we talked in the course, Bruce and Emmett stretch thousands of times a day whenever they greet someone. They're like, oh, it's Frances. Oh, it is. Let's go see her. And everybody that has ever seen a dog knows what I'm talking about. But it's like when humans go, hi, Frances. Nice to meet you. I have an aunt named Frances. She's got a dog.
Yeah.
I got to go check on my dog. See ya. And it's like, oh my God, we just lost an opportunity to stretch.
Yeah.
Bugger, man.
Yeah.
So I chase them.
And it's funny you say that about dog stretching because I think I was never aware. I mean, I noticed that they did it, but now it's like I see them do it and I'm going, my gosh, you're stretching again and again and again throughout the day. And it reminds, it's, it definitely is a little reminder to me. And it kind of like sparks me to say, okay, where are you going to stretch now? What are you going to do that's different now? And, I just love having those little reminders. And so I'm thankful I've got my dogs to do that.
Yeah, we've given life to this universe that gives us all these reminders, and because anything physical has come from imaginal. It's all been led by everything physical tells us about the imaginal, and it's like, right. Mm-hmm. And when I started learning about fascia, I started studying this Tom Myers guy. And he mentions in one of his videos, and I'm pretty sure, I shared this in the group, where it's like the mind is muscle. You can count with your fingers, 1, 2, 3, 4. So the mind controls the muscle. Your emotions affect your cardiovascular. So that's why people blush. That's why they pant. Yeah, that's why they hold their breath. It's all emotional. But whenever he said the fascial system is all about belief, and it's like, oh my God, I get it. And then he goes on to explain, without the fascial system, everything sticks together and everything becomes a puddle. So the reason why you can actually move and that you're not a puddle is the fascial system. And it's like, oh my God, that's cool. And then he talks about hydration and electricity. And it's like, you've got all these electrolytic things in your fascia and all this fluid. And it's like, whenever you stretch like a dog, you become more electrified. And it's like, oh my God. Like, so when I stretch, I become like more alive, literally. And my body becomes more alive. And it's like, oh my God, when I stretch, quote unquote, my imagination, I get more alive. I actually seem to talk faster. There's more timber. There's more possibilities. Oh my God, Victoria, I've got this idea now. And it's like, because we're stretching. It's not think bigger. It's no, stretch. What can you actually experience as a possibility and then give life to? It's like,
yeah,
man.
Absolutely.
And again, I just keep going nuts with so as I talk to you and it's like, wow, you could have you could do like the sexy vegan things on 99-cent recipes. You could have an app that costs $30 that people get a recipe a day on. Like, oh my God. I mean, what would it take to put that up on Google? I don't know. And my head just spins out because it's like, there's so many ways to just have fun. And versus like, well, I'm going to find a way to get through today. Fudge, man.
Yeah. And that is something I don't say anymore. Or if I catch myself saying it, I think to myself, no. There's lots of ways you can make this day a fantastic day. And totally. It's like and it's like I keep myself in that flow, and that's the way I wake up in the morning now. And it never used to be. I used to get up in the morning and go, all right, I've got this and this to do, and I got to do this. And it's like I start my day totally different now. And it's like even with my book or with me writing, I find I can write and speak what I need to speak. And sometimes conversations can be a little more difficult for me to engage in because I don't have that connection with a lot of people because I'm a stay-at-home mom.
Sure, me too.
And yeah, and it's like I feel that even with Dream Driven Day and just with all the tools and exercises between you and Neville, it's like I've really stepped into I don't want to say the twilight zone, but it feels like that imaginary world that can give me anything, but I just got to stretch into it more and more. And so I do that, and it's just fantastic.
God, I just want everyone to do this. They are, you know that, but I want everyone to actually do it.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think that's the whole thing is like everyone has to, take the steps to do it. Because it's like you've in one of your things I was listening to, you said, it's one thing to listen to it and to read it, but it's like you have to implement it. You have to put it into practice. You have to, as you said earlier, live it
Yes.
every day.
It's funny here's my crass commercial. We designed Manifesting Mastery course.com as the 90 days solo adventure, basically 90 days of experiences put together in a way so that you experience things. 1, 2, 3. Come on, buddy. Good boy. And that was fun. But we noticed two problems over the years. One, not everyone has 90 days of patience, or they get distracted or whatever. And the other thing is, we kept getting emails saying, right, do you have a group? And it's like, no, we don't have a group to Manifesting Mastery because then everyone's going to talk about the lessons instead of doing them. But it's like I'm a little slow. After like 5 years, I go, wow, man, what if we did a shorter course and did it as a group, 30 days, right? Which is where Dream Driven Day came from. And it's like, holy shit, this is fun. Right, it's effective, it's fun, the testimonials are phenomenal. You guys, like chatting with you guys formally and informally is just like a hoot. I mean, it's like, yeah, let's play, man. It's like now we're putting more playmates in the sandbox, and getting to know you guys even deeper. And it's like, right. And it's like, and here's Marketing Man showing up for you. You could put together little ebooks with 7 recipes for this, 7 recipes of whatever dessert, 7 recipes of entrees, whatever. Sell those on Kindle for $3 each. You'd keep $2. If you look at my Amazon author page, you'll see that every time I update Free Neville, it updates my Amazon author page with my blog post. So when I sell a $3 ebook, my ex-wife gets $2 because I don't keep any of that money. I give it to her. So she gets $2 for every 3, and Amazon keeps $1. Nobody cares. And what happens is they will often read the ebook and want to find out more. And then they come to Free Neville and spend some money. And it's like, oh my God. But it's a hoot because people love speed. They love little things. And you could even... and again, here's Marketing Man showing up. When we put together manifestingtothemax.com, we designed that with 9 modules. Again, a different way of experimenting. And then we took one of them, Revision to the Max, and we sell that for $7, right? You'd be amazed at how many of those people pick up because people want to learn about revision. And so suddenly, I've got a $97 product from 2004 years ago. And it's fairly dead. Yeah, some people buy it, some people don't. But it's not the flagship. It's not the one that everyone's always talking about, so people don't necessarily go there or find it. But Revision to the Max sells like hotcakes. Because it's like, oh, I'm going to learn how to revise because Neville said it's one of the best tools ever. Cool, get this little $7 thing. I mean, I've got a couple hundred articles and videos. You can read those, but get this $7 thing. And people go, oh, I'll spend $7. And they get a little 30-page book. They get maybe 2 hours worth of recordings that I made. And that's it. And then a fair amount of them upgrade to Manifesting to the Max. And it's like, fudge man, this is cool. So you could even take bits out of your current book and put them into little micro books. Sell them on Kindle for $3. And again, and when people finish it, they go, yeah, if you want the entire book, or if you want this and much, much more, get the Kitchen Alchemist in paperback or on Kindle here, right? Bang. And then suddenly it's like you've got 5 books, So you become more impossible to escape and easier to find because you've got 5 books by just taking some stuff out of your existing one, or just running with an idea or two from your existing one and referring back to it. And I'll be quiet now because I love marketing. Unless you
I
want to.
I just have to say I love you. You are incredible.
Well, you know my agenda, right? I want you to double your income, work half the time a couple of times, and I want you to come down. I mean, you're an Aussie, but I want you to come down and visit. Sit on this. I mean, right now I've got the puppy on my. Yeah, here's one of my secrets. Right now, Emmett's on my lap. My
Uh-huh.
MacBook Air is off to my left here, and I'm sitting on this old lounge suite sofa thing on the veranda, and I just imagine you sitting there and us having a conversation like I did with Timmy Norman whenever he was here, or Grant Monk, and it's like, hey, we just sit here and have a convo, right?
Yeah,
It's like,
I
come on,
can see it
come
too.
on, oh my God, come on down, bring some seasoning, toss a few cigars in your luggage, we'll have a blast.
Oh my gosh, it would be wonderful. Yes.
Mm.
Well, it's my plan.
Yeah, nice,
Yeah.
nice,
Well, I
and,
definitely have to say,
and
go
and write
go
it
ahead.
off, and
Yeah.
write it off. Yeah, come down, pay me for a day's worth of business consulting or something, or take a seminar. I don't give a shit. But it's like now you can write off the trip, right? You came down, got some marketing advice, we put together a plan for you, all this good shit. Sit around, whatever. Just, oh my God, the world's your
I
oyster.
love it.
Yeah, just
Love it.
we live in a different state. Next time I go to the
Yeah.
States, I'm going to film a lot of footage for a documentary about who we are and what we do. And it's legit, but it also make the trip a write-off. So if I can have a 5 or 10 grand write-off, that's nice, right?
Right.
We might even take an extra person to film, right? How cool is this? Whatever we got to do. But it's like suddenly something that's an expense becomes an investment. And we honest to God create a little movie out of it, and suddenly more people see, yeah, this is where I grew up. This is where I stood in the cheese line. And this is the prison where I got beat to death. So, you know, you take a look at this, guys. This will change your life. It's not just about a Maserati. It's about you. You know.
Yeah. And that's what I'm finding through all that I learn with you and Neville and the group. It's that I am discovering me. And I remember when I started Dream Driven Day, I had said to myself, I'm going to, at the end of the course, I would find myself and find a new me. And I think I have found that. And I won't even really say it's a new me. It's more like I've expanded and I've
Yes.
trying so many different things and finding the joy, the fun, everything in it. And it's just made a huge difference. And it's been fun. And I think that's the other thing too with Dream Driven Day. That's just everyone there, the camaraderie, the whole time it's play, it's fun, and
Mm.
everything about it is fun. And it's not like doing any other course that I've ever done. Just so grateful.
You know, here's my quote unquote fantasy, and it ain't a fantasy. But I as much as I enjoy like a 5-star hotel or something, I'd rather sleep on someone's sofa, you know? And it's like, right. And as much as I enjoy running a nice car, oh, I've never driven one of these, I'd rather just be driven around. I'm just not a fan of that anymore. And it's like, and so
Yeah.
here we are in Dream Driven Day, and I'm manifesting mastery and all this stuff. And I can guarantee it would be tough for me and Victoria to go anywhere in the world and not have someone say, hey, come sleep in my bed. Let me drive you around. You need a car? We've got Jesse, for God's sake, who would probably drive me across the country. Victoria and I get there, and we land wherever he's at. And he's like, "Oh yeah, brother, you want to ride? Yeah, let's hop in. I'll take you to Pittsburgh. All right, this will be fun. 14-hour road trip with Jesse. Whoo! But, but God, this is the whole thing. And it's like, I mean, yeah, if you were traveling, and you went anywhere near, the active folks in Dream Driven Day, do you think they'd invite you to stay or give you a car or something? I'm sure they would. It's
Yeah.
because we're family, and it's not a
Yeah.
bullshit oh yeah thing. It's like when I fly through the States, Dave, who's been working with me for 10, 15 years roughly now. God, 15 years. I can't fly through California without him grabbing me up. So it's like, right, I've got someone to get me out of the airport, make sure I'm fed, make sure that I get back on my plane. I've got someone that after that long ass trip over the Pacific who takes care of me. He'd take off work if he had to. He has. And it's like, this is nice. I mean, I've got people that will make sure that I stay sane whenever I travel. How cool is this? This doesn't happen in a normal business or a normal life. This is what happens whenever you go, right. Here I am giving we'll go back to the contrariness. I'm giving my contrariness to the world. I am really being real. And suddenly it's like, oh my God, like, would love to have you over. It's so freaking cool.
Yeah, well, my mum keeps asking me, when are you coming over? When are you coming over? So, I'm planning it.
Wow.
It will happen. And it's just like, the other members of Dream Driven Day, it's like, Yasmin's even saying, come over for dinner. Yeah, we'll cook something together. You can cook with her son, and I'm just going,
Nice.
This is great. And, Marie Louise, we're always talking, and she's going, oh my gosh, you've got to come over here. Let's go. Oh, she is. Just love her to bits. And it's like, just great connections. And I think that's been the most valuable part about this, is that everyone feels like family. Everyone's got that sincere, genuine love that I'm feeling from everyone. And it's incredible.
Wasn't it lovely when Waleed showed up on the group call?
When who, sir?
Waleed.
Oh, yes.
Because we haven't seen him in the group or anything, and it's like, and then Victoria sees his name and calls him out, and then he shares the most lovely comments and testimonial, and it's like, oh my God, here's another member of the family who just poked his head up. Oh my God, how cool is this? It's like, and of course he explains he's been busy and hasn't made the calls, but it's like, oh my God, it's another brother. It's the prodigal son come home. Let's hug him, man. Ooh, God, it's good.
Yeah. Well, that's how I feel. I feel I've come home.
That's it.
And there's no other way to describe it except I feel like I've come home.
I gotta get ready for the dog park.
Okay.
And so here's what we gotta do. We got to tell people again who you are and where to find you, because I want them to find you and get your stuff out there, because I know what you're doing and what you will do is going to really knock it out of the park. So let's tell them again who you are, how to find you, and spread the love.
Okay, I'm Frances Castelli. My book is available on Amazon, and it's called The Kitchen Alchemist. And I'm also on social media, so you can catch me anywhere there as well.
Coolio.
Yeah, this has been fantastic. Thank you so much, Twenty. Really appreciate
Frances,
it.
This has been an absolute pleasure. Since we've spoken, when we started, the sun wasn't up at all, and now I can't see it yet. But it's a bright, sunshiny day here. As you know, as you know, Australia has this smell that is just divine.
Yes.
I haven't traveled everywhere in the world, but but where I've been, no place smells like Australia, and
No, you're absolutely right. I mean, I even have with me, when I went back home the last 2 times, I brought back with me a pound of sand from the beach. So every time I just dig my hands into it, I can smell it, I can feel it, and it just takes me back. It's just great.
Wow. Well, I'm going to hold you in mind as we walk the puppies today, because we really do live in a beautiful part here. And you know what Eltham means, the little town that we live in? Eltham means house of God. El is in El Shaddai, Elohim, 1,000 other ones that the Hebrews have. El is in God, Tham is in house. And I find it absolutely fascinating because so we live in this little uh, what do we call it? Little suburb of Eltham. It's in the Shire of Nillumbik. Nillumbik, I am told, means wasteland. How cool is that? We actually live in the potter's house. The house here was built by a potter and her husband that made mud bricks. I find the gifts that we give ourselves uh, absolutely fascinating. And I really do. Whenever Victoria and I sat down here and we named this place Heartwood, our home and garden here, because this is the heart of Eltham. Everyone knows our house. If we tell people, when we're at the hot springs, Victoria wasn't in the cave at this point. I don't know. I think she'd already gone. But we were in the little cave at the hot springs, just chanting and having fun. Chanting Chewbacca, R2D2, just having a blast. And the subject of something came up, and these folks go, "Oh, we're from Eltham too." It's like, really? And I just say, yeah, my wife and I, we live in the muddy behind the long gray fence. They're like, oh yeah, Kringle Drive, we know where you live. And it's like, dude, I'm an hour and a half from home, and there's people that know our house because it is the heart of Eltham. And God, what a hoot, man! Just what a hoot.
Wow, sounds wonderful. Looking forward to getting there.
Can't wait. Bring liver treats. So, yeah, bring liver. We love cat liver treats.
Thank you again, Twenty. This has been fantastic, and I appreciate it.
Have a lovely day, Francis. I will. The recording of this will get done probably within an hour or so. In about 2 hours, I'll toss it up in the group, and we'll get the transcripts done and get it up on the YouTubes and so on. So
okay.
Stay tuned. Thank you. Thank you for
sharing. Thank you. Give my love to Victoria too.
Oh my God, I will. Cool. Catch you in the group.
All right. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.